Welcome everyone to the Chill Spot Podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Chill Spot Podcast.
We're here on the couch.
And
Sam's copying me. Wow. Well, that's all we have for today. 17-second podcast.
All right, you know what, Cam? I'm so fed up with this stupid. Like, I finally reached my limit the other day with that stupid rule that, like, even during dead periods, employees in stores have to be doing something.
Oh yeah.
The other day, I was getting some writing done, and I can't write in my house. I can't. It's too comfortable. It's too distracting. Like,
you typically go to like the library or like your local
like
McDonald's.
a cafe or something like that. So there's a McDonald's around the corner from my house. So I was at the McDonald's. I was writing, and these two employees were like, they came past me and like wiped down the tables around me and the booths around me and stuff. And I was like, okay, cool.
Do your job. Do it up.
And then they went on to the other side of the store, and I assumed that they would just like finish up and find something else to do. No, they came back around and wiped the exact same tables, the exact same booth, and the exact, like, one employee did the tables and the other employee followed behind them with the booths and the chairs and stuff like that.
Over and over again.
Over and over. It was like I was in a Twilight Zone episode. Like, I was like, why are you you don't want to be caught like not doing anything because it's slow right now. And I was like, man, if it was just acceptable for you to like go in the back and just like sit on your phone while you wait for the rush, and like a rush came eventually.
Yeah.
But like if you were just allowed to like sit in the back and like wait on your phone for like a rush to come in, like you wouldn't have to do this. It was so creepy. Mm-hmm. They got really close to me too.
It made
like,
you uncomfortable. Like,
it made me uncomfortable as an employee. So like this is backfiring now because the customers are uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. You know, like,
you're like, I am writing my screenplay right now, and you are ruining the vibe in here.
It was just really weird. They would like go around and then they would come back, and they got like really close to me. Like the one girl like wiped the booth like up until like the crease that directly started my part of the booth that I was sitting on.
So she got real close. She got
real close to my butt. Like she got really close to it, and
everybody can smell it.
Yeah,
I have to wipe your ass.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think like just let employees sit. I swear to God, just like let them sit.
No, I don't. I really don't get the obsession with like this corporate like, there's always something to do. Go do it. It's like, well, that's not true all the time.
No.
There's only so many times I can like reorganize a fucking shelf. And like, I'll be honest with you, the reason why I don't reorganize stuff when I'm at work is because I have my managers who like to reorganize stuff do a better job.
Yeah.
And they're going to change what I change anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, there's been so many times where I've like, I'm kind of bored. Like, okay, I'll do this fixture. And I do the fixture. Yeah. And then I come in for my next shift and it's completely different.
Yeah.
So it's like,
why did I even fix it then?
Why bother? Why even do it at all?
Yeah.
Like, there's just no point.
I know.
I mean,
it's really stupid.
You and I swear up and down that we're never bothered by employees who like goof around. Like, as long as like you're here when I need you, then I really don't give a fuck what you do.
As long as you stop goofing around when I show up, I really don't care if like I walk in and you've just been sharing a laugh with your coworker. Mm-hmm. Like, as long as you're like, haha, okay, what can I get for you today? It's like,
yeah, for real.
You know, like if you have to like. And like, you know, I've been in the situation before where like employees are joking around with each other, and I've been like standing up at the counter for like 10 seconds and like they've noticed me, but they're not stopping.
Right.
And it's like, okay, guys, like,
yeah,
come on, wrap it up.
Customer service is still important.
I've also seen employees at, you know, certain restaurants, not always McDonald's, but just, you know, like they're joking and then they're like, haha, okay, like what can I get for you today, miss? Like, blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. It's fine. It's really man, okay.
There's been times when I've gone into McDonald's and I like, especially late when it's like in the middle of the night, where like the employees will just be having like a loud, explicit conversation about something.
Yeah.
Like there's been I've overheard people talking about like they got laid last night.
Yeah.
Or like I've overheard people just like talking about like shit about people.
It's fine. We all
like I don't care. Like, I am here for my fucking.
I personally love eavesdropping on workplace drama.
Yeah.
That's not mine.
Just like because you get to it's like watching a fucking reality show.
Yeah,
it's like keeping up with the McDonald's workers.
Yeah, exactly. You know? I would love a reality TV show about like fast food workers or like people working in retail.
Start it up.
It is a soap opera.
What would you call it?
Oh my God.
Making up with McDonald's.
making up with a McDonald's.
Getting deep in the grease.
Minimum wage mishaps.
Minimum wage mishaps sounds like the title of an episode of our show.
Yeah.
Like I name like a Let's Play.
That's the episode of this. That's the name of this episode.
Minimum wage mishaps.
Yeah,
that works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll remember that by the time in another 45 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
When we have to end the podcast.
Oh, we have to think of a title.
Well, I remember you telling me about when you were at that McDonald's and the employees were working around, and like I think I'd get freaked out if I saw them do the same shit over and over again too.
Yeah,
like it's a fucking glitch in the Matrix or something.
Because like they walked around and I was like, okay, yeah, no, this is the thing that happens, and then they came around again and I was like, haha, it must be really slow and like they must really be pushing them to like do something. And then they came around again, and I was like, okay.
Like, I think the booth is clean.
Fine. And the fourth time, I was like, well, really? Really? Are you kidding me? Like, again?
Once it becomes
this
noticeable.
This place is spotless.
Yeah.
Spotless.
That's like, to me, like, you ever gotten, like, a little too baked or something, and then gotten really fucking paranoid?
Yes.
Like, that is what happened to you, but you were sober.
I was 100% sober.
You actually got, like, legitimately paranoid.
Yeah. It was really creepy.
There's nothing worse than being like a little too high and like maybe you're in public in like Toronto or something.
Yeah.
And you feel like everyone's like,
everyone knows.
I see you.
Yeah. No, I've been there.
No, it's the worst.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Or like even like, because like something I have to remind myself, this actually goes for even when you're sober, is that like when you're in public, you might get noticed by maybe one person and it's going to be like a passing glance. Like, you are pretty fucking incognito.
Well, I think
everywhere you go.
I think about myself, like when I've been sober, but I see people in the street, and I'm like, oh, you're definitely high right now.
Right.
On marijuana, I can't tell if someone's high on crack. I have no idea.
If someone was high on crack, you'd probably notice.
If someone's high on cocaine, like, and they're not, if they're like a tech person, like it's not like a 1980s like out on the street crackhead. I'm talking about like a Wolf of Wall Street cocaine user was like out on the street. I would not be able to identify them.
Yeah, because they'd be walking at 60 kilometers an hour.
Yeah. I'd just be like, wow, that guy must have places to go. And then the person who was walking with me would be like, Sam, he was on cocaine. And I'd be like, how? Can a person not just walk fast?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Maybe they do walk that fast.
Yeah, that's another thing.
They're like, no, they're on cocaine, man. It's like,
How do you know?
I don't think we have any proof of that.
I'm on cocaine right now. I should know.
I've done that when I've been on cocaine before. I'm like, good
Walk
for you.
Really fast. It's noon and you're on cocaine?
Yeah.
like you're snorting coke at noon?
Yeah.
You gotta wake up somehow. I'm like that Denzel Washington movie, Flight.
I do not like how people are beginning to talk about cocaine as if it's just like a recreational drug that you can use and put down when you don't want to. Mm-hmm. I don't like that.
Yeah, it's tough. Like I know a few people who do it like not like recreationally, like the way you would smoke marijuana or like drink alcohol, but you know, like maybe like once or twice a year they might do it, and it's like, I don't know, man. Like it's still a hard drug. You just gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Like if you do coke and like you're somehow a functioning member of society, like that's fine, but to understand that like you might get addicted to it. It's like smoking cigarettes, you know? Like,
exactly.
Like you can smoke cigarettes all you like if if that's the choice you want to make, but like know that like when you're 40, one of your lungs might not work.
Exactly.
You know? And there's risks.
I think that if and I gotta watch what I say too, because like caffeine is technically like this as well, but I think if your body can just like override your brain and like feel a need for it, even when it's not good for you, that scares the shit out of me. Yeah. And I don't want to partake in that.
Well, it's how dependencies start, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'll be honest with you, like I have tea every morning, honestly, just because I like it.
Yeah.
But I've definitely had coffee help me out before when I was really tired. Mm-hmm. And I'm not a daily coffee drinker. I might have coffee like when I need it. Well, honestly, when I'm really fucking tired.
Yeah.
Get a coffee.
I just think that I think if your body can override your brain, then when it comes to usage of any substance, I don't want that substance. If I can't have complete control over like when
what do you
I
mean
consume,
exactly by body override your brain?
Like if your body can like require a dependency on it, like I feel like I've heard the story with certain addicts before. Not all addicts, because no two stories are always the same. But I've heard the story before where like you get like they got to a point in their addiction where like they don't even really want to do cocaine anymore, but their body's just so dependent on it that it doesn't really matter whether they want to or not. They're doing cocaine or like a drug.
A little far along at that point. if like you must be really deep in whatever you're in.
But
to the point where
I never want to get to that point. You know, I feel like you're far along in that point, but you don't know that you've come that far in your journey. You know,
right?
Like you're just bopping along. You think that you do cocaine recreationally, and then you do it one time, and it's like not when you normally do it, and then like you do it another time when it's not when you normally do it, and then before you know it, like you do cocaine on a regular basis,
right?
And can't live without it, and you don't even realize that you can't live without it until you don't have it, and then like then you're jonesing and it's not good.
Yeah, it's like cocaine is like it's sort of like heroin, where it's like heroin is like a one
sort
and
of
done.
happens all at once.
It's a one and done drug. Like you do heroin once, and like that, you know, you're probably going to be addicted to it.
Yeah.
Cocaine, yes and no. I know a lot of people, or I shouldn't say I know a handful of people who have tried cocaine and have been like, I'm actively choosing not to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Because I did it once and I know that I'll get addicted to it.
Right.
So that's just the end of it. I'm just going to cut myself off.
Right.
I mean, that's the responsible thing to do in that situation, right? Like, I feel like if you're going to do hard drugs and, like, you can clock the fact that you've done them and now you don't want to do them anymore, like, at least, like, you're getting out.
Yeah.
Have you ever done psychedelics?
No.
You ever any interest in doing psychedelics? No, I think the answer is no. Then.
Yeah. No.
Like,
I don't think so. I just like I've been in situations with marijuana before where I'm just like, man, I don't want to be high anymore. I want it to stop. And like psychedelics, it's like shrooms are like a 12-hour high, and it's just like, oh my god,
shrooms are a 12-hour high.
I don't think like 4 hours.
Shrooms, in my experience, are anywhere from like 6 to 8 hours.
That's too long.
LSD is like a 16-hour high.
Like
acid.
No.
Yeah.
Or like ayahuasca. I forget how long ayahuasca is, but ayahuasca like is a long time.
You ever heard of like people who do salvia?
Didn't Miley Cyrus do salvia?
Yeah, and look how she turned out.
She's fine. Miley Cyrus is fine. She's just not a person I like. That doesn't mean that salvia made her that way. She's just not a person I like as a whole.
Just joking.
Yeah.
But no, you hear stories of people who do salvia where it's like, I lived 40 years of my life high right now on salvia, and it's been an hour and now I'm back. Like, it's like that's the kind of shit that happens to you when you're
like
on
that
salvia.
Like that episode of Rick and Morty where Morty plays that game where he like you're an old man and you have to like live out your life. It's like, you chose to go back to work after cancer.
You never go back to the carpet store, Morty. No, yeah, that's pretty much exactly what it's like. I would, oh god, I don't know if I could ever do that.
No,
that would be bad.
No,
because she's like, the way I see it is like the problem with psychedelics, and this is like out there, is that if you do psychedelics, you run the risk of your personality permanently changing.
Yeah.
Like becoming a different person.
Yeah.
That's just what happens.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like a lot of people who like the same with like what's the big one? There's like shrooms, but then there's also
LSD, acid.
No, it's another kind of like psychedelic like shroom. They do it in Grace and Frankie, the first episode.
Oh, peyote.
Peyote, yeah. So peyote is, I think I'm not mistaken, like specifically used for like spiritual journeys, like quote unquote.
Yeah.
And you can do that in a controlled environment, and like you'll have a good trip, and you might come out a different person. But that's why people take it though, which I think is fascinating. No, yeah. If you do psychedelics, like, hey, tips at home. If you're ever gonna do psychedelics, like shrooms or LSD or whatever, slot out 2 days.
Yeah.
Legitimately. Like, book off 2 full days, and then do it during the day. Yeah. Never do psychedelics at night.
Yeah.
It's a bad time.
Yeah.
You'll get high way too long, and then you're like, I don't want to be high anymore. And
then the darkness is just like an empty abyss in which your mind can project any image that it wants to onto it, and then you freak yourself out, and you see things that aren't really there. And
exactly. So it's like, fuck all that.
Yeah, fuck all of that.
But anyway, enough talk about addiction and psychedelics.
Yeah. It's kind of switching to another dark subject. I forget the name of that movie, but there's a new like slasher movie coming out about, I think it's called Countdown. It's about like this app that you can download that'll tell you when you're gonna die, and a bunch of people download it for fun, but like then one girl gets it and it's like 2 days before she's like, oh, you're gonna die 2 days from now, and like somebody dies because of the app, like her sister dies because of the app.
Countdown? I never heard of that.
Yeah, it's like a cheesy slasher flick. Like, it honestly looks. I saw I saw Hustlers by myself a couple weeks ago, and
I see.
The trailer played before Hustlers played, and I saw the trailer and I was like, this is so stupid.
Starring Ann Winters.
It was clearly made by somebody who like wants to make some sort of like social commentary about like apps and like our desire to be all knowing.
It's like, what was that one movie that was like, you download this app and like you go on like this like it's like Truth or Dare or something.
I think it was called Truth or Dare.
Was it called Truth or Dare?
With Emma Roberts and Dave Franco.
That's exactly right. Yeah. No, I remember that, and like it devolved. Like I remember watching that.
You could like make money off of doing certain truths and dares, and the riskier you
that trailer
got, like the more money
shit.
You made.
It was like, it starts off like, this is a fun little app, and look at these like crazy comedic moments, and it's like, but what if shit gets scary?
Yeah.
Now it's a scary movie.
Yeah.
And now you're on a motorcycle with Dave Franco. It's like, okay, this has been 4 genres, and I'm already done. Like, I don't want to do this anymore.
But yeah.
But for Countdown. When a nurse downloads an app that claims to predict exactly when a person is going to die, it tells her she only has 3 days left to live. Mm-hmm. With time ticking away and a figure haunting her, she must find a way to save her life before time runs out. So, like, let me get this straight. You download this app, and then a monster comes and kills you? Like, is this like a like?
You download the app, and it like you enter in like who you are, like your information, and it gives you like at the beginning of the trailer starts out and people are like, oh, I have like 83 years left to live. Cool. And it's like,
I better live a good life.
And it's like actively counting down. It goes down like, I have 83 years, like so many days, so many weeks, so many seconds, and the like ticker is like counting down and down and down and down.
You ever like that? That's actually a real thing.
It real in quotation marks. Like,
yeah,
I remember like when
authentic.
Facebook was like really super new, there were like quizzes, quote unquote, that you could take that would like tell you when you were gonna die or like how you were gonna die. They're not fucking real.
No, fuck.
But
it's like, I remember this buddy. I remember like I don't know if MacBooks do this anymore, but MacBooks used to have these things called widgets.
Yeah,
like,
they have widgets still.
Okay, good. So like the widgets, when I had a MacBook, there was like a slide puzzle you could do.
Yeah, they still have the slide puzzle.
So one of them was like a death clock. You can like get it, and it was always set to some ridiculous number. It's like, you'll die like 1,000,000 hours from now, which is like it's immeasurable. Like it's just like never gonna count down to 0.
Yeah.
But I wonder if like this movie spawned by someone booting up one of these death counters and being like, oh, the random algorithm gave me 3 days.
Yeah.
What if we made a movie about this?
Pretty much. Lord.
If you die in the time, you die for real.
Yeah. Would you ever do something like that? Like if let's say in a hypothetical world, like there was something, they were like, and you were fairly warned about it. They were like, hey, like, just so you know, this app is like accurate. Like if you download it, you will find out how much longer you have left to live.
No, I don't want to know it.
Yeah, me neither.
I would never want to know something like that.
Me neither. Well, because you would live your life like, well, see, that's the thing, is that like some people would live their lives really delicately and some people would not.
Well, exactly.
Some people would be like, okay, well, I have exactly this many years to accomplish what I want to accomplish, so let's pitter patter.
Let's get cracking, yeah.
But I don't know. I just think I just think like even if you take the optimistic route and you're like, okay, like let's go, like let's live my life to the fullest. I don't want to live my life on a schedule.
Well, put it this way,
it's
Sam.
Like, not authentic.
Okay, let's say I'm someone who's really anxious about this kind of thing.
Yeah.
I need to know.
Yeah.
So I download the app and find out that I have like 10 days left to live. What's stopping me from going totally fucking postal? Mm-hmm. At this point, I have 10 days left to live. Mm-hmm. Like, if I'm not the most mentally sound individual, maybe I'll just go fucking crazy and kill a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Like, not that I think that I'm capable of that, but that's part of the reason why I'm like, you know what? I really don't need to know. Like, what if you download the app and it's like, you're gonna die in 5 minutes?
Yeah.
You get hit by a car.
What the fuck are you gonna do?
Like, oh man, I shouldn't have downloaded this app in the middle of this road.
Yeah.
Get hit by like an 18-wheeler or something.
I shouldn't have downloaded this app in the middle of the road.
Yeah. I shouldn't have been laying down in the 401 wearing a black hoodie.
Or like, you do download the app and it's like, you have 93 years left to live. And in that exact moment, a car like just misses you and like a 3-car pileup happens like 2 meters away from you.
Oh my god! And then you go into that car and you find out that everyone in that car had downloaded the app and found out they were gonna die immediately.
Why didn't we write this movie?
We should have.
Yeah.
Well, we're at the sequel, Countdown 2, Countdown to Countdown.
Yeah.
The Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
Oh man.
How was your week, baby?
How was my week? My week, I've been working a lot, man. I work in retail, as we've mentioned before, and it's the holiday season, so shit's gonna get real fucking haywire.
Yeah. Holiday season's coming. I really wanted this year to be the last holiday season
that we have to do.
Like, I wanted to be out of my retail job by the holiday season, and it's not happening.
Well, what sucks, I mean, I will say this. I've actually planned this holiday season far better than I planned it last year. Last year we had a bunch of commitments, and we were doing a show, and it was just a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
And if you're working retail and you're like in a position in your store where you get lots of hours, I'd recommend just doing that for the holidays, like, really, because I had a fucking horrible time last year.
That's true.
Like, trying to balance everything, going from like waking up, work, rehearsal, other commitments, friends, family, doing stuff. It got to the point where it was like I got to my parents' Christmas party and I was like, I want to go home, and I'm in my home.
Yeah.
I can't
get out of my house. All of you get out of my house.
Like, holy fuck. Yeah. It's terrible.
Yeah.
But on the plus side, you make a ton of money. That's really great.
Yeah.
For the first time in a long time, I've actually put money back in my savings. It's really dope.
God, it's nice. I haven't done that in the last couple of paychecks. It's really bad.
Well, it's been rough, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to cut down on spending too, though.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. Just focus on this year. Maybe the holiday season will be less stressful because you don't have two things going.
Yeah. Plus, we got Chospa, and that to me is sort of enough at the moment. Like, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
To like work on this and try to get everything up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think of what else I really did this week. A lot of my D&D campaigns are coming back. That's cool. Nice.
That's cool.
Excited about that.
Yeah, your hobby's back.
Yeah. No, it's funny. I've realized something where it's like, and I think this goes for hobbies in general, where it's like, when someone talks to me about their hobbies, even if I know nothing about it, I'm generally interested because I can sense the passion in someone. Mm-hmm. Where it's like, if you're generally passionate about it and you know a lot about it, like, I'm actually really interested to listen and I want to listen.
Yeah.
But I don't think D&D is just one of those things. It's become very popular in the public sphere. Like, people love D&D. Like,
well, there's like a million D&D podcasts, mm-hmm. and that, I think, gets people into it. Because it's a storytelling podcast. If you like storytelling, then D&D kind of falls into that really
definitely.
well.
And I think that's really great, but I also think that because it's so popular now, you have the people who aren't interested in it have more of a leg to stand on when they don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because they hear about it all the time.
Yeah.
And I got that. It's like, it's so different with like sports. It's like, I love sports. I actually do. I've come to love them. But if someone wanted to talk nitty gritty and talk about fucking players and stats and shit, like, I don't got any of that. I don't know any of that.
No, and I can't follow along. And then it's a one-sided conversation.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing, is that, like, I'm not one of these people who can just, like, listen ad nauseum to people talk about something that I don't have anything to contribute to the conversation about.
Right.
I can't just like let people talk at me for hours on end. Like,
if I've said that's crazy 3 times, you gotta wrap it up.
You gotta wrap up the story. Like, you gotta wrap it up. I'm sorry. It's not that I'm disinterested. It's just that, like, I don't have anything to contribute. I don't know. Like, I don't want to.
Maybe we should talk about something we can both talk about.
Wouldn't
that be fun?
And I'm down for learning, and I've certainly, like, listened to people talk ad nauseum about things that they're interested in that I know nothing about, and I've learned things. And I'm trying more to, like, listen to what people are saying and learn things as I go so that I can ask, like, actual questions to the back to the person.
Yeah.
But it just gets to a point where I'm like, okay, I really do feel like I've given you a lot. Can we please talk about something that we can both talk about?
Or at the very least, like, maybe throw me a fucking bone and, like, let me talk about my interests.
Maybe ask me about something for a change. I got shit going on.
Yeah, really.
That's my thing too, is that, like, I know I can be, like, selfish sometimes. Like, I'm kind of a selfish person, but
I mean, I don't necessarily agree with that.
I think I can be a very selfish person when it comes to caring about others and asking others about what's going on in their lives.
Okay.
But like, I feel like I went too far in the opposite direction, where, like, for the sake of not being selfish in a conversation, I just don't tell anybody anything about myself ever. And then,
which is
like,
no way to live.
People, and then like I've gotten the commentary before where people are like, Sam's, like, so mysterious. Like, there are all these, like, she's done all these things. And I don't know anything about her. And I'm like, that's because you never ask.
Right.
You never ask. Like, nobody ever asks.
But you also, at that point, you need to learn how to tell.
Yeah.
Like, because it's a skill both ways.
But, like, when are you telling and when are you, like, oversharing? Because there are some people who like tell me stuff, and I'm like, wow, you're really just gonna like tell me that? Like, maybe I don't know you that well. Maybe like we just met, we haven't, or maybe we're just like acquaintances. And I thought that there was like a silent understanding that we just like don't talk about really, 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 really personal things. And now you're telling me about like your like sister who got pregnant at 16 and is like doing cocaine with your boyfriend. And I'm just like, whoa, horsey.
No, yeah.
Hello.
That's why they call it a balance, right? It truly is a fine line to walk.
Yeah. And then I'm like, damn, do I like tell you about my mom's cancer then? Like, I don't like, is that what you do in return, or are we just like two fucking like crazy extremes?
See, the way I see it,
going at each other, two chaotic evils.
I've talked about this in a podcast
or chaotic goods
that
maybe
might have gone up or might not be going. I don't remember, but I have this theory that like conversations are all about getting a ball rolling.
Yeah.
In order to get the ball rolling, you sometimes have to put things in to get people talking.
Yeah.
So what I do whenever I'm in a situation where I'm like, I don't really know these people, but they're talking and like maybe they want to talk to me, I bite on everything.
Yeah.
That's just what I do.
Yeah, you're good at that.
Someone just like brings something up and I'm like, oh, well, tell me more about that. Yeah. And then like eventually I'll find a bait for me to bite so I can contribute.
Yeah.
Like in a lot of like, pro tip, if you have social anxiety and you have a hard time talking to people, after a certain while, if you think that someone has been talking for a long time, stop them and then repeat some stuff that they've said to you. Be like, wait, so hang on. This person did this, and this person did this.
Yeah.
They're like, yes. I'm like, okay, cool, keep going.
Yeah.
Because then it'll prove to this person that you're listening.
That you're listening.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, and then from there, like, you just have to find opportunities to jump in. And this is so nebulous, but you also need to read the room. And I'm not saying you specifically.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, the royal you needs to read the room. And reading the room is hard.
Yeah.
It is. Like, there's been so many times where I thought I've read a room and I'll make a joke and it fucking bombs. And I'm like, huh, well.
Yikes. We weren't making jokes? Okay.
Like, shit. Okay, well, I guess I need to reassess.
Yeah.
And then eventually you'll just come back.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. It's tough to really get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
But once the ball is rolling, you just got to keep that ball rolling. You know what I mean? It's sort of like this podcast, actually. This is it's all about talking, and then you don't stop talking until an hour is hit, and then we can all go home. Like, you know?
I wish conversations worked like that. Mm-hmm. Just like a hard out for every single one, and then you just go home.
Well, that's another thing, right? Where it's like, I've actually come to terms with the fact that being silent with someone is actually okay. It took a lot of working out. But if I'm at work or if I'm in a situation where like I've tried to get this ball rolling, I put in my 2 cents, and this other person just simply does not want to roll this ball. They got a cube, they got a square, they have a fucking triangle. They're not trying to roll.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, and I'll just go on my phone. Like I don't need to talk to you.
Yeah.
Like it's really okay if you want to sit here silently. Yeah. You know, not right now because we're doing a podcast, but.
Yeah. Yeah, man. The art of conversation is. It's a difficult one.
Definitely.
If you want to be really good at it, it's really fucking difficult. If you want to be somebody that literally anybody can talk to, like, there's a lot of different personalities to account for then. Mm-hmm. It's tough.
Well, especially because...
relationships are so hard.
Especially ours.
Talking to people is so
we need to
hard. God, I fucking... So, like, I talk to people for a living. I have to, like, start conversations. When I bring people's groceries out to their cars, I try and, like... talk, because some people are kind enough to get out of their car and like help me load their groceries away, and I just feel like it's kind of weird to just stand in silence while you do that. But some people really just want to put their groceries away and get going. But then some people want to talk, but they don't want to start the conversation. And like you can tell that they want to like say something, but they're not really helping you get the ball rolling.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean.
You know, and it's just like
see. That's a difference between your job and my job. Your job, the period of which you need to make idle conversation is a lot longer than mine.
Yeah.
So, like, that opportunity to talk to people happens in 2 opportunities in my job. You're at the cash or you're on the floor.
Yeah.
At the cash, I can just talk about what you're buying.
Yeah.
Like, oh, so you're like, you excited to play this?
I can't talk about what people buy.
You gonna go home and whip up this pie?
like sometimes
it's a fresh melon you got here.
Sometimes I'll be like, oh, so you got like that new flavor of like fruit gushers or whatever. Like, have you had a chance to try it yet? Like, I've been thinking about trying it, but I don't really like, I don't know if I want to sink money into it yet. And then sometimes they're like, oh, well, you know, my kids eat it, so I don't really know. And I'm like, great. Thank you so much. I'm suffering now. fuck you. Like,
Yeah.
like you could say something like,
I'm
oh,
suffering
like,
now.
my kids really love it, but like I don't really eat that stuff anymore. Like it's just too sweet for me. And I'm like, oh yeah, like I totally get that, you know. And then before you know it, the groceries are done and we can both go our separate ways. I could be like, have a great day. But some people are just like, I don't really eat it.
See, you know what's...
And I'm like, are you trying to kill me?
Yeah.
Are you actively trying to murder me right now? This is the worst. This is so awful.
See, what I do is that I feel like when I'm at work, I'm a different person. Like, I become a caricature of myself.
Yeah, you put a mask on.
And in that mask, I'm the least awkward person in the world.
Yeah.
To the point where it's like, if I was in your job and someone was like, and I was like, so you guys have a bunch of strawberries here. You like strawberries? They're like, no, my kid really eats it. I'd be like, kids gotta grow. Like, it's all about, for me, it's all about just making dumbass comments. I've actually tested out a lot of bits at work, like just to see if people like them or laugh.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's funny because what I think when they enter, especially a retail scenario like where I work, they don't expect that kind of thing.
Yeah.
They don't expect personality when they walk into a store, especially when they're talking to a sales clerk.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, when I hit them with something that I think is funny, the reaction is sometimes like oh, or like, you know, like
yeah,
genuine
sort of
confused. Like, I
aback
just want
by
this Call of Duty, man. Like, I don't want the GPG. Like, fucking give me Modern Warfare, please.
Yeah.
But no, it's all about like this is again more talking about conversation being nebulous. It's all about just taking what you're given, and even if that's really shit, like put it back on them no matter what. Where it's like if someone comes in and I'm like, hey, how you doing? And they're like, I'm pretty good. I'm like, that's great. Like, what brings you in? And they're like, oh, I'm just looking around. I'm like, well, you have a good luck, man. And then, like, after a couple minutes, walk out, they're like, still looking around? And by that time, they'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm actually looking for this. And I'm like, cool. It's right here. Get out.
I think you're the kind of sales associate that I fucking hate.
I mean, it works.
I think you're the exact, like, I see, like, either I'm at the job, like, I'm on the job, or I'm, like, in a store, like, I'm a shopper, and I, like, hear people like you, and I'm just like, ugh.
I mean, I don't bother people. Like, truth be told, if someone is like, I'm looking around.
What is up your ass?
Well, it's like, the reason why I stay positive when I'm at work is for my own sanity. Like, if I was a bump on a log every time I clocked in, I'd probably want to fucking kill myself by the end of every shift. But, like, if I keep my spirits up, my mood will align. I might be tired by the end of it. That's obviously going to be tired.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, the way I see it, like, I don't agree with this, like, if my work, if I did everything my work wanted me to do, I'd be the kind of employee who, like, follows people around the store, like, pesters people. Like, that's what my company wants me to do. Yeah. But I refuse to do that. Yeah. Because the way I see it, when I walk into a store, I only ever go shopping when I know exactly what I want to buy. I don't walk into a store to look around, ever.
Some people do, though. Some people enjoy browsing.
And that's totally fine. I'm just not one of those people.
Yeah.
So when it comes to people who walk in the store, I'm like, hey, what do I do for you? And they're like, I just want to browse. I'm like, cool. You let me know if you need anything.
Yeah.
I'm right over here.
Yeah.
Like, I have to be here.
Yeah.
You get to leave after 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm here for the next 5 hours. You know?
Yeah, like, I say that to customers a lot, like, if they want me to go back into the store and, like, exchange something for them, they're like, are you sure it's not too much trouble? I'm like, ma'am, I'm literally here all day. I'm literally, like, this is all I have to do today.
I would love an excuse to waste 20 minutes.
Exactly. Like, if you don't make me go get this thing for you, I'm just going to go back inside and keep getting shit for other people. I may as well get this for you.
Exactly.
Just, it's really no problem.
I have that issue with people who want, like, we have a big back room with a big stock room.
Yeah.
And, like, the amount of times I tell people, like, especially, like, okay, like... Fucking Funko Pop people drive me crazy, man. Like, we have a lot of people who buy lots of Funkos at the store who are actually very nice, who, like, just like to collect, who are genuinely interested in collecting Funko Pops, which is, like, all fine. But you get these people who are really insistent, where it's like, hey, you do have this? And it's like, oh, no, unfortunately we don't. It was a popular one. And they're like, or they'll follow up with, like, oh, can you maybe just, like, look in the back? And it's like, I just told you we don't have it. Like, you think I'm lying to you? You think I'm hoarding these, like, Funko Pops? So when that happens, and if I've checked the computer stock and it says no, I'm like, you want me to look at the back? Okay, cool. So I go in the back, and I catch a Pokemon or two. Like, boot up, like, Pokemon Go. Like, catch a fucking Rattata. And maybe I'll check Twitter.
Yeah.
And, like, 5 minutes go by, I come back, like, yeah, like I said, we didn't have it. Like, I don't care, man.
I used to do that all the time when I worked in stores that had back rooms. I'd be like, yeah, sure, let me just go check for you. I'd go back into the room, and I'd, like, talk to whoever was working in the back. And just be like, hey, what's up? Yeah, no, a customer wants me to, like, double check something for them. So
fucking Karen over here.
I know we don't have it, and they'd be like, oh, I can look for you. I'd be like, no,
we don't.
I've already asked you. I already asked you to check for this yesterday, and we didn't have it. Like, and we didn't get a shipment in today, which means that nothing has changed. So I'm just gonna stand back here and just wait for time to pass, and then I'll go back out and tell them that we don't have it.
Exactly. That's why I feel like I would never want to work at a shoe store, because your entire job is going into the back and finding sizes for people.
I don't understand why more shoe stores don't work like Payless, where like all the shoes were just like out.
Well, it's like wholesale stores, or not wholesale. The outlet stores. That's what they do.
Right.
Outlet stores just have like all their shit on the floor.
Yeah.
And then you grab what you want, try it on, and leave.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Which I think is the best way to do it. Like you go, like I don't know, man, like. This summer, I had to find new slides. I wanted to find new slides because my old ones are kind of gross. And it was like a fucking weekend ordeal.
Yeah.
You think I could find slides that fit?
Yeah.
It's impossible. I don't even have big feet.
Yeah.
I have wide feet. That's the issue.
Yeah.
So I got to get like bigger sizes.
Yeah.
To accommodate for the fact my feet are fucking stupid.
But then all feet are fucking stupid. I don't know. No, shoes are stupid. Feet aren't stupid. Shoes are stupid. I don't know who the people think that they're making shoes for. But like... Everybody's got something, and no shoe really accommodates for that. No. Unless you're going to go to, like, Northern Reflections and buy some, like, walking on a cloud, like, orthopedic mess.
Could I just, like, get to the point in my life where I can just wear New Balance every day? You ever own a pair of New Balance shoes?
No.
New Balance shoes are fucking awesome.
Okay.
They're so comfortable.
Do you say they give you a new balance on life?
They provide true balance.
Yeah.
You'll never fall in a New Balance. It's a guarantee.
Yeah.
If you ever fall after buying New Balances, you take those shoes back and fucking return them.
They're like Vans. They always land face up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a crazy video.
Yeah.
This guy's throwing Vans around. But the thing with New Balance is that they're ugly as sin. They're like really not stylish shoes.
Well, if you're talking about like the Michael Scott New Balances, then yes, those are ugly as sin. But like your mom has a pair of New Balance running shoes that are really cute, and like they're I don't know. Yeah, her blue ones. I would wear those.
Yeah. I guess you have to wear them for running. That's the idea. But
no,
my thing is like I want to buy a New Balance shoe that's that comfortable but is also like an everyday shoe.
Yeah.
Cuz like you ever bought like
they have some really cool athletic ones.
Yeah, right? And like and I think some of the athletic wear is fine. But you ever wear like skate shoes, like straight up Vans, like skate shoes? Shoes for skating?
No.
So skate shoes have a flat bottom. They have a flat sole.
Yes.
Which is, if you wear them, like, have fun having back pain for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
Like, I bought one pair of flat
support.
shoes, and at the same time, I was also seeing my chiropractor, because I had spine problems growing up. And he was like, I came in with these shoes. And he was like, you can't wear these anymore.
Yeah.
Or you have to put these like Dr. Scholl's in.
Yeah.
And he explained, like, it's a flat sole.
Yeah.
And your foot is not designed to be flat all the time.
Yeah.
Like this is why you have back problems.
Yeah.
And I was like, fucking shit.
Yeah.
And I stopped. I never bought a pair of flat shoes ever again.
I know. That's yeah, one day I'm going to have to give up Converse, and that's going to be a sad day.
Are they like flat? Super flat?
Yeah, they're pretty flat.
Yeah, I had a pair of Chucks. I had like a maroon pair.
Yeah.
I wonder where those ended up.
I think they got thrown out. I remember those.
They were old.
Yeah.
They look kind of grungy.
Yeah, they were really grungy. But yeah, there's just
Do you have
really
a favorite shoe brand?
I've really warmed up to Adidas this past
Adidas
summer.
Are nice.
Yeah. 100%. Like, marketing definitely worked on this because Beyonce signed a deal with Adidas, and she posted that like crazy picture on her Instagram of her with like sitting in like a sea of Adidas.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And at the same time, I was like considering buying like some slides because there's just comfortable summer wear.
Whoops.
And I was like, oh, let's look at like Adidas slides, and I bought a pair, and they were super comfortable.
So
and then
comfy.
I remember
walking on a fucking cloud.
I was lucky enough to get like a fresh pair of Adidas for a show that we were in university, like classic like Adidas Superstars with the three stripes.
Did good. She got those some fly fucking shoes.
Yeah, and like we bought like they were just a new pair of Adidas, and when the show ended, she sold them to me for half the price. So I got like a $90 pair of Adidas.
Get
for
90
like,
pairs of Adidas for the show.
Yeah.
A fresh pair every show.
For like $40 something, like $50, something like that. And they're really comfortable. There's like a little bit of arch support in Adidas. They look like they have a flat sole, but there is like arch support in the insole.
That's good.
Which is super fucking comfortable. So yeah, I've kind of decided to hop on the Adidas trend. And like I when I go to the gym, some people have like athletic Adidas shoes.
Oh, cool.
And they're really, really cute.
That's nice.
And my Adidas slides are so comfy. They're like spongy and soft to walk on. Those are some great
slides, I must admit.
They're really, really comfortable.
I wanted to find a pair just like it, but I fucking couldn't. I actually had to buy women's slides because it's the only thing that fits me.
Yeah.
And like they don't like. Truth be told, I'm actually not bothered by this at all. They don't look like women's slides.
They really don't.
And even if they did, I don't actually care.
No.
Truthfully, like whatever. A shoe brand that I used to wear all the time when I was a kid is K-Swiss.
Yes.
I had like 3 or 4 K-Swiss shoes.
Yeah, I remember in like grade 6, K-Swiss was like the thing.
Yo, they're like red and white.
Yeah.
They're like horrible colors for shoes. Like white shoes are such a bad idea in my opinion.
I love my white Chucks though.
I mean, don't get me wrong, they're fly as hell, but it's like you step into one puddle, game over.
End of it.
Might as well throw these in the trash.
That gives them character though.
That's true. Yeah. I guess the people isn't that the thing with Chucks? Like you let them get really gross because they're supposed to be like
they tell a story.
Oh God, give me a fucking break.
I don't know, man. Like I love I don't know. Like I'm kind of attached to my Chucks. Like my white Chucks. Yeah. Like
I wore Chucks them. Feel the same way.
I've taken them. I look at them and I think about like all the places I've gone in them when I wear them. You know, like I wore them on my Nova Scotia trip.
Brand of shoe.
Converse sponsored this fucking show, please. Really. Are you kidding me? I've literally been wearing Chucks since like since 7th grade. Since middle school. I got my first pair of Chucks in middle school.
Converse? Give us money, please, God.
But yeah, no, I've been wearing them since middle school. And like every pair has had a story and I love them so much. I love them. And I think about just like all the things that I've done in them.
I mean, that's actually an interesting thing to think about because every person I know who wears Converse like all the time, like love Converse and like more than like them. It's like no, you understand. Like these shoes are me.
These are my shoes.
Like,
this is an identity. This is a part of my identity.
I've literally only ever worn Converse. I wear them to sleep.
Yeah.
I wear them in the shower. Like honest to God, like I seriously feel this way. Like every person I know who has owned a pair of Chucks, like it's like a cult. Like
you know what the other great thing about Chucks are, and like I guess running shoes are basically like all like this, but you don't have to break them in.
Converse, you don't?
You just buy them comfortable.
Running shoes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry, are we talking about Converse or running shoes?
I mean both, but like I've never had to break in a pair of Chuck Taylors. But my Adidas have been comfortable since day one.
Yeah, well for running shoes, they say you shouldn't have to break in running shoes.
Yeah.
Like they should be comfortable out of the box.
Yeah.
Because if you have to break them in, they're not the right size.
Yeah.
Like that's just how it is.
Oh, they're so nice though.
I wear nothing but running shoes now.
Yeah.
I'm not proud to admit it, but I buy all my shoes from the Nike outlet up the way.
In Milton?
Because it's cheap.
Yeah.
And they're comfortable shoes, and I think they look good. And yes, I know that Nike is literally the devil, but
is Nike like your brand? Like is Nike your Adidas?
No, I don't. I'm not like owned by Nike.
Yeah.
I've been buying their shoes.
These bitches, they want Nikes.
These bitches want Nikes. Cameron wants Nikes.
Yeah.
No, I think they're stylish and I think that they're comfortable, but at the same time, it's like it's hard to avoid the politics of it. Like every time I pick up a shoe, I think about like the poor Taiwanese boy
like,
that
got
probably
their
had to make
fingers
this.
Stuck in the fucking machine.
Like, oh, there's actually some of his hair in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's toenails like in this shoe, sewn directly in.
Oh my God, hard topic switch.
Please,
but like,
God.
You got vindicated last night because we found out that Elton John didn't like the Lion King remake. Yeah.
That's a win in my book.
So he didn't like the soundtrack, even though he's on it. He didn't like the music for it.
Is he on the new one?
Yeah. He co-wrote Spirit, the song that Beyonce did for one of the songs that Beyonce did for her like curated album. And then I think he also I think he's on the soundtrack in some way.
Well, he wrote "Can You Feel the Love Tonight?" Like that's his song.
Yeah, but like I think he performs on the new soundtrack a little bit too. I think he's on one of the songs on the new soundtrack.
Well, either way.
And but yeah, he felt like he felt like the spirit of the original just like wasn't in it. Which I completely agree with. Because, yeah,
obviously. You take one good look at it, and it's like, wow, they sucked all the life out of it.
Yeah.
And they injected it with realism for some reason.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's just, I don't know, like, I feel like this horse is long dead. But I love the fact that Elton John didn't like it because he's one of the original creators.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a very famous story, actually, of Elton John writing "Can You Feel the Love Tonight" and thinking this song's going to be the end of my career.
Yeah.
And then he won a fucking Oscar for it.
Did he win an Oscar for "Can You Feel the Love Tonight"?
I think so. Here, I'll look it up. I got it. I got fast tips. I'm really good on the Googles.
But yeah, I just thought that was really nice.
Yeah, it was fucking lit.
For you.
I had to win eventually.
Yeah, because like somebody of esteem agrees with your opinion.
Yeah, of course. Has Elton John won an Oscar? Yeah. The singer won a Tony. That's not what I asked. Yeah,
sounds like he didn't win an
this
Oscar.
Deadline article. Wow, all three. Elton John thinks the new Lion King was a huge disappointment. Elton John, disappointed by the Lion King remake. They messed the music up. Yes, Elton.
Yeah. Bitch, you made it.
Wow, did you know that Elton John's real name is Reginald Kenneth Dwight?
No, I did not.
Well, his name
I can see
now,
why you changed it, though.
Yeah, his name now is Sir Elton Hercules John.
Hercules.
That's lit, dude.
Okay, pal.
I love Elton John, man.
Me too, though.
Let me see here.
That's the other reason I trust like what Elton John says is because like Elton John, something that I love so much about him is that he is not one of these classic rock artists who have been like, well, the kids in their rap music these days, it's not good music, it's not real music, it's not music that's gonna stand the test of time, it's garbage, it's gonna filter out, it's not gonna last. He works with newer artists. I mean, he said that the only queen of pop right now is Lady Gaga, which I think is incredibly false. You just worked on a movie with Beyonce. Shut up.
Well, does Beyonce need more clout? Everyone knows that Beyonce is the greatest.
I think to say that Lady Gaga is like the only queen of pop music right now is
a little
incredibly obtuse.
Okay.
I think that's incredibly obtuse.
You know way more about that than I do. So.
Yeah. I mean, like, Lady Gaga has certainly made an impact. I like Lady Gaga.
Me too.
I was watching part of her documentary, and, like, I want to finish it. It was really informative, and, like, they're out there. It really humanizes her, and there are, like I want to be like Lady Gaga in certain aspects.
She's a good influence.
But,
a good role model.
And, like, there are things in there that made me think that Lady Gaga and I would actually get along if we ever hung out. But, as far as careers go, like... See, Kid Fury and Crystal would be so much better at explaining this than me.
Go listen to the read. Like, stop listening to this podcast. No, go listen to the read.
Do both. Play them both at the same time on different speakers.
What a great idea.
Like, Beyonce. Oh my God.
This is a big one. Like, you're crowning right now.
Yeah.
She's gotta push it out.
Beyonce, you think about like everything that she's done and everything that she's accomplished, and like she really just, oh my God,
man, get there.
I don't know how to say it.
You've been trying to get to this point for like 20 minutes.
From like pop princess, like name any other artist who broke out from a group that has had the impact that Beyonce has had. Like, yeah, Justin Timberlake has made waves producing post NSYNC and stuff like that, but like, I don't know, like, Beyonce has such a vision. Justin Timberlake just, like, cranks out a pop anthem every once in a while, and it's like, yeah, like, that's a career, and yeah, it's admirable. I certainly can't do what Justin Timberlake does, but, like, you don't see people doing with their career what Beyonce has done,
Sam,
you know?
2 words. Camila Cabello.
Fuck off.
Okay?
Fuck off. You know that's not true.
Of course, I don't like Camila Cabello.
If anything, Normani's the one who's gonna, like, last.
Is Normani also from Fifth
Harmony? Yeah.
Is she still in Fifth Harmony?
No, I think
so they're like
solo.
Third Harmony now. Like, is that band even still around?
Let me look on Spotify and see when Fifth Harmony's last album came out. I don't think there's a new one in the works anytime soon. I think it's pretty much dead.
Elton John did win the Oscar for Can You Feel the Love Tonight. He got nominated for 3 Oscars for that one movie.
Nice.
For Can You Feel the Love Tonight, Circle of Life, and Hakuna Matata.
Wow.
Could you imagine one movie winning or getting nominated for 3 Oscars in the same category?
I know. Yeah, their last album was 2017, and there's 4 people on here. So I don't think we're getting any new Fifth Harmony anytime soon.
Well, my favorite thing with Camila Cabello and Fifth Harmony was that like first show they did with like without Camila Cabello.
Yeah.
They had the fog, and they're all 5 on stage, and one of them gets like sucked back. We get like lassoed off stage.
Yeah.
That's hysterical.
So
that is actually so petty and funny.
Yeah.
It's an incredible amount of salt.
I love petty ass moves like that.
Oh yeah,
kills me. I mean, I'm glad I'm not the root of it, but it's funny to watch.
Do you think like famous people can hire like salt managers, where it's just like, no, we need like a acceptable amount of salt and pettiness, and that's what you're here for.
Yeah,
you're here to manage the salt.
Yeah, so that nobody gets too salty, too nasty.
Someone's like, this bitch keeps commenting on all my posts on Instagram. Like, I think I'm gonna reply. Like, no, don't reply to this one. Make a post later about the great things that you're doing.
Yeah. That
directly disprove what they're talking about.
And just let the internet infer and infer and infer. Yeah. So that you've never officially said anything, but everybody gets their, like, pettiness vibes, like, checked.
And I go, thank you. This is why we pay you $45,000 a month.
This is why we stand. This is why we stand.
This is why we stand? Yeah. This is why the way you said it there was almost like if you were in church. If like peace be with you, like Father play the Son,
and also with
this
you.
Is why we stand. This is why we stand. And glory to the Father and the Holy Ghost. This is why we stand. This is why we stand. This is why we stand. All rise.
Amen.
You ever been to the church service?
Of course.
For when, if you don't mind me asking? Besides like funerals.
My parents were away when I was younger. So growing up, I think my mom's eldest brother's kids had to go to church when they were kids, and then her second oldest, because my mom's the youngest of three, her second youngest brother, her second sibling, whatever, my Uncle Bruce, his kids always went to church. My mom never forced me to go to church. And
have you been baptized or anything? Like,
no.
Have you been indoctrinated into any religion?
No. My parents wanted it to be my choice, and then by the time I was conscious about it, I was like, well,
I'm good, actually.
I've never been made to care about this thing, so I'm not going to do it for ceremonious purposes. I'm not going to I'm not going to take my person and assign it to a religion just to make my grandma happy. That doesn't
Good for you.
That doesn't make sense.
I wish I stuck up for myself sooner in that regard.
But one day my parents were out of town and I stayed at my cousin's place, and it was a Saturday into a Sunday, so I had to go to church with them.
That's so lame.
And because, I'm not baptized or anything, I can't go to Sunday school.
Right.
So I had to go to the church service with all the adults. I was literally the only kid, because every other kid that was present was in Sunday school.
They couldn't, like, hand wave it once? You're never going to come back.
Like, can you fucking just let me do this, please?
For fuck's sake.
Can you please just let me go color in a picture of Jesus, like, and call it a morning?
You know what you would do, Sam? You know what little Sam would do? She would come down and, like, draw on this picture of Jesus. She would color, but you would color him in how Jesus...
I'd make a black Jesus, yeah.
You make him black Jesus, or you make him like Arabian Jesus, like, or like Palestinian Jesus, like where like he's
Middle
from.
Eastern Jesus.
Thank you, Middle Eastern Jesus. Whereas, like, that's actually what his skin tone would be.
Yeah.
And everyone would be like, oh, but that's not right. And you would your nose would go like,
yes, it is.
It is.
My dad says Jesus was born in Bethlehem, which is in Africa. So he is black.
Yes. And everyone would be like,
yeah.
And you'd start a fist fight in that Sunday school.
Yeah, there'd just be screams erupting from the Sunday school classroom.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how that would go.
Maybe.
I could just see Little Sam now. That's my favorite character on this podcast is Little Sam. Little Sam, who is like the most spunky little kid.
Yeah.
All you wanted to do was be right and start fights.
So weird, because, like, I followed the rules so well, but I was also, like, such a little shit at the same time. Mm-hmm. Like, I was so stubborn. I guess because I guess that's really my mythos, is that, like, I follow the rules so meticulously that, like, when you give me a hard time, it's like, fuck you. I follow the rules all the time.
Right, yeah.
And adults would get so... like, they would truly be baffled. Like, that's really the word for it. They'd be like, I don't know why she's, like, screaming about this thing. Like, why are you so mad? And it's like, because I always follow the rules. And I didn't have the vocabulary for it at the time, but it's like, I always follow your fucking rules. Mm-hmm. I never break the rules. Like, I never go out and have fun with the rest of my friends. I have absolutely no stories about, like, any adventures or, like, like, haps that my friends and I got into, because I never break the rules. I always stick close to you and whatever. I make your life so easy, and you're still giving me a hard time about something. Mm-hmm. It's like, fuck off, man.
No, I agree.
fuck off. I should have learned so much sooner to just, like, break the rules, because it doesn't matter anyways. Like, adults will find something, they will find a bone to pick with you no matter what. Right, so just, like, do whatever the fuck you want.
Hear that, kids? Never follow the rules.
Don't.
Break all the laws.
Do it. It literally does not matter. Like, do whatever
reason.
No reason. There's absolutely no, because adults are making this shit up as they go along.
Right.
So, like, there's absolutely no rhyme or reason to anything at all. Authority is just a suggestion, and
society is crumbling.
Anyway, so just do whatever you want.
Well, on that note, Sam, I think we reached our time for today. So, why don't we do some lessons?
Lessons for today are...
break all the rules, be a sociopath.
Don't be a sociopath. Just, like, do whatever you want. Like, just, like... If you want to sneak out and, like, walk around the neighborhood at night with your friends, your neighborhood where you live, like, by all fucking means, do that. If you want to, if you...
kiss boys, be in love.
Yeah, man. I don't know, dude. Like, if you want to, like... I'm trying to think of something that I always wanted to do when I was a kid, but never did because I was afraid I would get in trouble for it. Oh my god, if you want to, like, wear makeup before your parents say it's appropriate for you to wear makeup, fuck them. Fuck it. Wear makeup. I don't give a shit. Don't give a single shit about it.
That's
don't
lesson number 2,
apologize
is
for
express
it.
yourself.
Express yourself no matter what. And if people balk at it, like, they're wrong. They're just wrong. You know, unless you're a Nazi, in which case do not be a Nazi. But, like...
Yeah, lesson number 3, don't be a Nazi.
Yeah, follow all of my rules unless those rules lead you to becoming a Nazi. Then don't listen to me.
Yeah.
But, like, god damn it. Just, like, the rules that your parents set up are just, like, suggestions made up by humans who don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're trying their best. Give them that credit, but they don't know what they're doing. So just do, if something feels right to you, just, like, do it. Unless it's being a Nazi.
Do everything except for being a Nazi. That's the line.
That is the line.
If you ever are looking at something...
And I think you will find that there is a very long way to go before you get to that line. There's a lot of stuff you can do before you get to that line. So you can live a happy life far away from that line. So don't be a Nazi.
So we'll be back next Tuesday, 3 p.m. as per usual.
Yeah.
Be sure to check out our gaming stuff and drop a sub on YouTube, and be sure to follow us on Spotify, Google Play, and now iTunes.
Woo!
It's going to be really cool. We're actually on iTunes now, Apple Podcasts.
Wow!
More details about that coming soon.
Yeah.
And if you follow us on social media, by the way, something that I had actually, like, I never really said out loud, but I think it's actually worth saying on the podcast, is that all of our updates for ongoing series are in our stories.
Yes.
So if you ever want to find out, if you ever see a little bubble, like, you know, ChillSpot updated the story, that means a new episode of an ongoing series has come out.
Check it out.
There'll always be new posts for new series and new posts for podcasts.
Check it out,
in the stories is where our updates are.
Wow.
Thank you guys.
Ow.
Love you very much.
Yeah.
And go kiss your mother.
See ya.